they'll play a lot better in 2023. We know how exotic they can be with how they get after the quarterback. Make sure they slow people down running the ball as well. Give this offense a chance to grow because they are under new management.
And then for the visiting Chiefs, what a year it was. A third Super Bowl appearance in 4 years, a second title, and it's definitely the MVP, Patrick Mahomes, that makes it all go.
And just watching his development, his maturity over the years as a starting quarterback, we know about the gifts, we know about the talent, but now you add in the mental side of the game, and he controls every aspect for Kansas City.
First play, Mahomes looking to throw it. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They go play action. Now Mahomes has his man. That's James. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion. No surprise at all. Looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Mahomes to throw once more. That is caught. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. 4 consecutive passes to begin this opening drive, and you can't argue with the results. They've already driven it into the red zone and a fresh set of downs here to play with.
Which means there's a lot of trust by the play caller.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one. And let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So here are the Buccaneers ready to go on offense with a new man at the helm here for 2023 in his 6th season now in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
The former #1 overall pick has had his ups and downs in recent seasons, but he finished strong last year and inherits a really good offense in Tampa that should set him up for success.
Following the interception, Mayfield. A quick throw there is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great skill.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Jake Camarda now. Kadarius Toney deep for KC. This is brought in at the 21. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception? What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they come through on this play and get the series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to get them out to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now here's Mahomes. And he whips that one incomplete there. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Mayfield's throw complete to Otten. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
First down, here's White. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mayfield now from the 50. And this is going to be incomplete.
Whether That's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting. By any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. KC's offense ready to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Partner, that's excellent timing right there. Breaking off the route and being able to hit it right when he stops.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. That'll be caught. It's Toney. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, if you like the matchup and that connection works to start the drive, no reason to go away from it. Let that defense prove that they can stop you. And here, it's 2 throws and 2 1st downs.
Mahomes firing complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
Now Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
What would look like a march to the end zone is a grab for that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23. 11 yards for number 11.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Richie James, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They start the drive with White. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 1st downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Mayfield. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's some strong running. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just got good ball control? This is the NFL. 70-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First catch on that one for Kelce, and it's a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Mahomes now on first down. Oh, an ill-advised throw there, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen?
Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they're going to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Mahomes now to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now it's Mahomes again. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling bringing in that one from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Butker now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, Mayfield.
Cotton brings it in over the middle.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
17 yards on the play.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the Chiefs are going to get him. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a fourth down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Second half straight ahead from Raymond James Stadium. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. So for the call, let's get back over to Tampa and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And 6 at the 45-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up.
On the return, it's Tony.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
That's complete to Tony.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Levante David. And they take over. Following the interception, Mayfield.
This one taken in by Otten.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
George Karlaftis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one.
And he's going to go down again.
Michael Dana. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
Here comes Tony on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
That one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped, surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game. That punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
2nd and 7.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Mayfield to throw it. That is caught and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Vaughn is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
No gain on the play that time as we have now reached the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter.
White.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know they're going through all the possibilities right now, but the truth of the matter is a field goal doesn't do them a ton of good. It'd still be a 2-score game, so to me, go for it. Go for it boldly.
They'll run for it. This is White. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Mahomes going to throw.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Joe Tryon.
A sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Mayfield now.
Gets the check down throw to White.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
They're going option play on third down.
And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play flexing its muscle by forcing a loss.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They go play action. Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Butker on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
Intercepted by the Chiefs.
He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total.
Here's Pacheco.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Chiefs have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth.
And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
So out come the Bucs now.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny,
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
Trent McDuffie with a pick.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And now here comes Kansas City.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Fighting to the ball carrier there was Carlton Davis, and he finishes that play off.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their body.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Buccaneers, nothing. Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time. And Going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. One last shot from Mayfield here.
He's got Otten.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Tampa.